Welcome to my channel Cyber Network. The keyboard, a seemingly innocuous tool for communication and creation, a gateway to the digital world. We type our thoughts, our passwords, our most sensitive information, often without a second thought, trusting this tool implicitly. However, what if this very tool, designed to facilitate our digital lives, could be turned against us, becoming a silent threat? In the wrong hands, keyboards can become weapons, exploited by hackers to steal information, compromise accounts, and wreak havoc on our digital lives. This essay delves into the shadowy world of keyboard hacking, exploring the various techniques employed by malicious actors to turn our keystrokes against us, often without our knowledge. From hardware and software keyloggers that silently record every key we press, capturing our every move, to USB attacks that exploit the trust we place in seemingly harmless devices, the methods are diverse and cunning. The threats are real and ever-evolving, adapting to new technologies and finding new vulnerabilities. Understanding these threats is the first step towards mitigating them, empowering us to take control of our digital security. This essay will not only shed light on the techniques used by hackers, but also provide practical advice on how individuals and organizations can protect themselves from these insidious attacks, ensuring our digital safety. The digital world is rife with dangers, and often the most unassuming tools can be the most dangerous, hiding threats in plain sight. Let's unravel the secrets of keyboard hacking and arm ourselves with the knowledge to stay safe in the digital age, protecting our information and our peace of mind. Keylogging, a cornerstone of keyboard hacking, centers around the simple yet effective act of recording every keystroke a user makes. Imagine a digital shadow lurking behind your keyboard, meticulously documenting every letter, number, and symbol you type. This, in essence, is the power of keylogging. Hackers employ keyloggers, which can be either hardware or software-based, to capture sensitive information such as passwords, credit card numbers, and confidential messages. The stolen data is then relayed back to the attacker, often without the victim ever realizing their every keystroke has been compromised. The insidious nature of keylogging lies in its stealth. Victims may remain oblivious for extended periods, allowing hackers to amass a trove of sensitive information. This stolen data can then be used for a multitude of malicious purposes, from identity theft and financial fraud to corporate espionage and blackmail. The threat of keylogging is not to be underestimated. It is a potent tool in the arsenal of hackers, capable of wreaking havoc on individuals and organizations alike. Understanding how keyloggers work is crucial to recognizing the signs of an attack and taking steps to protect yourself. Hardware keyloggers, as the name suggests, involve physical devices that are surreptitiously connected to a victim's keyboard. These devices can be incredibly small and inconspicuous, often disguised as innocuous components like USB connectors or even integrated into the keyboard cable itself. Once installed, these malicious devices intercept the signals passing between the keyboard and the computer, logging each keystroke before relaying it to the attacker. The stealthy nature of hardware keyloggers makes them particularly challenging to detect, as they operate at the hardware level, invisible to most software-based security measures. Detecting a hardware keylogger often requires physical inspection of the keyboard and its connections, a task that many users may not think to perform. This makes hardware keyloggers a potent tool for targeted attacks, where the attacker has physical access to the victim's device, even if only for a brief period. The threat posed by hardware keyloggers highlights the importance of physical security measures, especially in sensitive environments. Organizations and individuals alike should be vigilant about securing their devices and limiting physical access to prevent the installation of these insidious devices. Section 4. Software keyloggers lurking in the shadows. Unlike their hardware counterparts, software keyloggers operate entirely within the digital realm. These malicious programs, once installed on a victim's computer, work by recording keystrokes at the operating system level or by exploiting vulnerabilities in specific applications. Software keyloggers can be spread through various means, including malicious email attachments, infected websites, or bundled with other seemingly harmless software. Once installed, they operate silently in the background, often evading detection by traditional antivirus software. The information captured by software keyloggers is then relayed back to the attacker, typically through the internet. This can be done periodically or in real time, providing attackers with a constant stream of sensitive data. Protecting against software keyloggers requires a multifaceted approach, employing robust antivirus and anti-malware software, regularly updating operating systems and applications, and exercising caution when clicking on links or opening attachments from unknown sources are all crucial steps in mitigating the risk. Section 5. Keystroke Analysis. Deciphering your typing patterns. Keystroke analysis, also known as keystroke dynamics, takes a different approach to uncovering sensitive information. Instead of directly recording individual keystrokes, this technique focuses on analyzing the unique rhythm and timing patterns of a user's typing. Just like our handwriting, the way we type is unique to each individual. The time it takes us to press a key, the pauses between keystrokes, the pressure we apply, all these subtle nuances form a distinctive typing pattern that can be used to identify and authenticate us. While keystroke analysis has legitimate uses in biometric security systems, it can also be exploited by hackers. By analyzing the typing patterns of users, attackers can potentially guess passwords, PINs, and other sensitive information, especially if they have access to a large enough sample of the user's typing data. Protecting against keystroke analysis attacks involves being mindful of our typing habits. Varying typing speed and rhythm, especially when entering sensitive information, can make it more difficult for attackers to discern patterns. Additionally, using multi-factor authentication methods that go beyond simple passwords can provide an extra layer of security. Section 6. USB attacks. Weaponizing the universal port. The ubiquitous USB port, designed for seamless data transfer and device connectivity, has unfortunately become a favorite entry point for hackers seeking to exploit keyboards and gain unauthorized access to our systems. Malicious actors have devised a range of sophisticated attacks that leverage the inherent trust we place in USB devices, turning these seemingly innocuous tools into potent weapons of cyber warfare. One common USB attack vector involves malicious USB devices disguised as legitimate peripherals, such as flash drives, charging cables, or even keyboards themselves. These devices can be easily mistaken for genuine ones. These devices, often visually indistinguishable from their benign counterparts, are loaded with sophisticated malware that can compromise a system upon connection, making detection difficult. Once connected, these malicious devices can install keyloggers, steal sensitive data, or even provide attackers with remote access to the compromised system, leading to severe security breaches. The unsuspecting user, believing they are simply connecting a harmless USB device, unwittingly grants access to their most sensitive information, including personal and financial data. The threat of USB attacks underscores the critical importance of exercising extreme caution when connecting any unknown or untrusted USB device to our computers. Vigilance is key. Implementing strong security measures such as disabling auto-run for USB devices and employing robust security software that scans external devices can significantly reduce the risk of falling victim to these insidious attacks. Regular updates and awareness are also crucial. Section 7. Malicious USB devices, disguised as trustworthy tools. The ingenuity of hackers knows no bounds when it comes to disguising malicious USB devices. They are constantly evolving their tactics to stay ahead of security measures. These devices are often cleverly crafted to mimic the appearance and functionality of everyday objects, lulling unsuspecting users into a false sense of security. From the outside, they look just like any other USB device you might use daily. A seemingly harmless USB charging cable, for instance, could conceal a hidden keylogger, silently recording every keystroke as you charge your phone. This can lead to sensitive information being stolen without your knowledge. A USB flash drive offered as a gift or found lying around might contain malware programmed to infect your computer upon insertion. This malware can then spread to other devices connected to your network. Even novelty USB devices like miniature toys or figurines can be weaponized. These seemingly fun and harmless items can be a Trojan horse for malicious software. These devices often exploit the human factor in security, relying on curiosity or a desire for a free novelty to trick users into connecting them to their systems. It's a psychological game that hackers play very well. The threat of malicious USB devices highlights the importance of being wary of any unknown or suspicious USB devices. Always question the origin and purpose of any USB device before connecting it to your system. It's crucial to avoid connecting any device to your computer unless you are certain of its origin and purpose. Taking a moment to verify can save you from potential data breaches and security threats. If you must use a public charging station or connect an unfamiliar USB device, consider using a USB data blocker, a device that allows for charging but blocks data transfer, adding an extra layer of protection against potential attacks. This simple tool can be a lifesaver in maintaining your digital security. If you like my video, please subscribe and share my channel, Cyber Network.